a lot older than me, like Barb and my parents.
I agree.
Probably one of the worst they've ever seen, not even close. So once I got power and knew my wife would be taken care of, everybody was kind of situated. We just kind of made the decision to go ahead and go because we're kind of running out of time. My wife is pregnant with our second boy, Holland. He'll be here towards the end of October, and my wife has been so gracious enough to bless me to come up on this trip and enjoy ourselves. So we'll see y'all up there in Illinois.
But we're here with 30 minutes to spare. I mean, we got all the time in the world today.
All right, guys, we made it up here last night. Got some good sleep. Today we got just a couple things we got to do. We're gonna run to Farm King. First time I've ever been there. Art's been there before, but we're gonna get our license there, and we're headed to the farm we hunt now, just to kind of look around real quick before we head into town. Opening day's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
So we're pretty excited. We'll see y'all here in a little bit.
And if you want to sign that before you leave,
Enjoy
your hunting.
Yeah, I appreciate the help. Well, we moved one stand, got a couple cameras back running after the boxes died. We're back here shooting our bows, just trying to get ready.
Surprised if he's been sleeping on this stand platform. Y'all know the drill. We're just gonna sit tight, enjoy the morning. Thankful to the Lord for this opportunity. I'm excited for this week.
Alright guys, we're headed into the stand this evening. We're both going to be in two really good spots. A lot of activity recently. A lot of conditions have changed this evening.
15-20 degree temperature drop.
Yep. And this is where we're about to split up, so we'll see y'all in the tree. We're all set up for this evening's hunt, and had some turkeys roll through. They got a little skittish because I was still setting up the camera arm and overlooking the clover and alfalfa field. We've had a couple of bucks that are gonna have to make me think a little bit if I want to shoot or not.
the same spot I sat yesterday morning. Had one young deer just come through. That's been about it. We've had some coons come through and had that coon try to get up in my ladder again this morning. They're starting to take the beans out here on this farm. I don't think they'll be able to take the corn out while we're here. It's just, I think, got too much moisture in it for now, or not quite fully mature like they want it. Well, I hear the acorns dropping, sun's rising. We're gonna give some glory to the Creator. We're gonna see what happens.
Night 2. Hart's going to go to a stand called the South Plot, and I'm going to be on a little bit of a hiking trip. I'm going to go past him to a spot we call the South Point. Got standing corn over there. I didn't make my mind up till right now where I wanted to go, so.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
We'll see how that turns out.
Sometimes that's when they work out the best, though.
But the good thing is, where I'm going, nobody's been in a very long time.
Since July.
She finally got up in the stand, just measured it on my hunt stand app, and it's a little over a mile to this stand. I wasn't able to walk directly to the stand because the corn's still standing. They're supposed to take it out in about a week, I think. They like to bed in these woods behind me. My wind's blowing sitting in the sun for a couple hours. I don't know if you can see it real good, but looks like a pretty good 8-pointer or 10-pointer. Feeding on that corn that's moving right there. He's probably about 80 yards from me. Those deer just ran off. Didn't blow or anything. It's kind of strange. They might have got a little bit of my wind, but I'm not sure. I didn't really have that good of a shot. I was trying to create a shot and break some limbs and stuff like that, but I know that didn't mess with them because they ran away a couple minutes after me doing that and were feeding. That was pretty cool. That's the most bucks I've seen since the beginning of the trip. I'll have to think real long and hard. This might be another spot I visit later in the week. This is day number 3, and I'm sitting in the stand we call number 3. It's a really, really nice spot. First time hunting for me. It's pretty much on a big acorn ridge. Would be a great rut spot, but I'm hoping I can get some deer to transition through here. We got a couple more days left, but the evenings have always been our best bet up here this week. Every hunt we've had has gotten better. being kind of slow in the mornings. This farm can be hard to hunt in the morning, but we're going to strategize at lunch. The evenings are where it's just going to be really jam up for us, so that's where we're trying to focus all our time and effort. If it was the rut, it'd be a whole lot different in the mornings, but had those two does come in, well, a doe and a little fawn, and my thermals haven't started rising yet, so they kind of got a whiff of me. Put a plan together for the rest of the week and move some cameras around. Just gotta figure it out and stay after it.
This is our third day of hunting.
Yes.
Yeah, third day of hunting. So we kind of just got the idea of switching up a bunch of different stuff. Cameras, we're gonna move those around. We got a majority of south winds and east winds, some northeast, but so we're gonna put some cameras out in places we don't. We just gotta switch something up. This is kind of the fun part for me because we're still trying to figure out these deer. So I'm excited.
And we got 3 days of east winds, which is a little atypical.
Yeah.
And so that's part of our adjustments that we're thinking as well.
They've taken all the beans out for the majority on the farm, but all the corn's still standing. They won't take it out for another week or two. And the deer I saw last night were on the corn, so we're gonna figure them out. At least give her a best shot.
So with a lot of our east winds, me and Jordan around lunch were looking at the map, trying to figure out some places that we could access with the east wind. There's just a little spot right here, it's close to the property line, that we felt like could be a good spot. I don't know if anybody, I've hunted here 15 years. I don't know if anybody's hunted this little flat spot right here. Got some very green beans, very close. We got a fence line here, and we've pretty much found the one opening in the fence line, which is promising. So we're gonna get a little intelligence, set up Tacticam, see what's coming through that fence line. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I really like that.
We are all set up for day 3's evening hunt in the same spot as I was yesterday evening. I had to make a little bit of an adjustment because yesterday the stand I was in that's right under me just didn't have enough shooting lanes behind me where these deer are using this standing corn. They basically have decimated an area in this corn and are feeding up into it. I got everything like I want it for the most part. I can still shoot behind me, but I'm now facing where the deer were, as opposed to my setup last evening where I was facing the other way.
Alright guys, we're down here on the south end of the farm where I had that encounter with the 3 bucks. They came out in this corn right here. So I made that adjustment on the stand yesterday. Didn't see them, so I either boogered them up or they just didn't come back. We got pictures this morning of a deer that we've had one picture of, but he's back in the area. Really, just a really good deer, to say the least. But so we're gonna try to make some adjustments to try to get him. We got a couple more days here. So just trying to make something happen, and we're gonna go from there. So we're gonna get this hanging hunt set down so we can use it on that side of the farm, and then move some cameras over there and basically do the same thing we did yesterday, just trying to figure something out. All right, here's that set. It's probably not 10 or 12 feet off the ground. That's the camera. We got that picture of him coming right up through here. We're gonna have a northeast and southeast wind that'll be blowing all of our scent down that way, so we'll see how it pans out.
It's day 4, and this is the evening hunt. Me and Art didn't hunt this morning because of a giant thunderstorm. this week. We've had some good hunts, but just a whole lot of bugs using the farm. Got one more day to hunt. We're staying positive. We're having a great time learning a lot. And that's what it's all about. These wild animals are hard to chase sometimes, but you gotta just get after it and try to figure them out. The farm's in a weird transition. Right now we got a lot of acorns dropping, but the corn is still standing and the soybeans have been taken out. So you got deer just kind of everywhere. Corn is a majority of the farm, so it's hard to access some areas, and the deer just seem to be bedding down and getting up. Well, we're back over here at the spot I killed last year. First buck in Illinois. Beautiful spot right here on this point. This year it's a bean field, not corn, but we came in this summer, trimmed this area up real good just because it was that good of a spot. We got this big ditch behind me with a dam and a pond. It's been really warm the past couple of days, so I'm hoping these deer are back here cooling off. We got a pretty good wind for tonight. It's blowing really hard, which I like. These Midwest deer don't really mind for it to blow real hard like they do for our South Carolina deer back home. But we're all set up. Got the Matthews ready to rock and roll. That deer I killed last year came from this way and fed out into this field, and I shot him right out in here. It's going to be real tight right here, but I have plenty of cover on this side if a shooter comes out. I'll be able to make something happen. Alright guys, it's our last and final day here in Illinois. Getting pretty exhausted, but we're going to stay positive, going to learn something, and give God the glory. So that's the plan. Got one deer out in the field right now feeding on some beans. Looks like a little doe or something, but if I get a doe within range that's a mature doe, I'm going to take her. This is the last hunt of the trip right here. We go home tomorrow, and me and Harper in arguably the two best spots on the farm for this week and what we've been through with the corn not being out. This alfalfa and clover field has been really hot this week. This is where I had that encounter with the Great 8 days ago. Wind's perfect. It's in our favor, northwest. I'm swinging around in this little tree. This wind is crazy. that's going to be it for our Illinois trip for 2024. We only have 1 week to come up here and do what we do, so I've enjoyed it, and I just try to learn something in everything that we do, and I take that to try to glorify God even more in what I do. Don't take the times that you're not successful as a bad thing or negative. You can take those times you're not successful and build on them for next time. Thankful for this opportunity, and to God be the glory.